not a walkthrough, playthrough, review, anything like that. It's just me playing the game badly so you can see what it looks like. Okay then, this is Cruisin USA on the N64. I don't know what I just pressed. Hang on a minute, can we go back? Oh. Alright, we'll go with automatic. I think I chose a map that I didn't necessarily want to choose. I want the red. Oh, we haven't got the cars I thought we had. I'm going with that one. It looks like a Ferrari, probably a Testarossa. I don't really rate Testarossas, to be honest, but whatever, we'll go with it. Okay, I'm not sure if that's the view. Oh god. What other... That's the accelerate. Yep, as you can see, I don't know what I'm doing. I played Cruisin World not ever so long ago, and thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not liking the controls on this thing. It's I'm not a fan of the N64 joypad, to be honest. Actually, that is like understatement of the year. Oh god, I think it's horrible. It is the most horrible joypad controller thing I can think of on a games console. From like some of the early 8-bit controllers are diabolical. I'm thinking like Dragon 32, TRS-80, that kind of era. But you know, by the time of the N64 they'd had a chance to get things right. But with the N64 pad, I think Nintendo were being just a little bit too clever and created a monster, and I don't like it. But that's by the by. I'm not here to talk about the joypad, really. What about the game? I like it. I play it on MAME quite often, though I tend to go for Cruisin World more than Cruisin USA, but nevertheless, I mean, they're large. I want to say they're the same game. Obviously they're not, but they play the same. They feel the same. It's just different scenery. And it's cool scenery. The N64 is obviously not as capable as the arcade machine, but it's a pretty good approximation. And it was Nintendo's answer to Ridge Racer, really, and Daytona and such like, though it's not really the same kind of game, but you know, it was like 3D texture mapped racing game. Whoops! Now, here's a thing. On an external view like this, the handling is alright. Oh. Okay. Or your perception of the handling, anyway. Third. Okay. You know what we're putting here. Come on, get on with it. What was I saying? I was going to talk about the handling, wasn't I? Come on now, get on with it. Get a move on. Continue, yes please. Yeah, on these external views, wrong button, the handling it's acceptable. You know, it's a bit wooden, but it largely responds the way you expect it to, and you know, I can't really complain about it. I wouldn't say I especially like it, but it's predictable and doesn't seem wrong. But when you do this, it's suddenly a whole new order of not quite right. I say that and I'm sitting here playing it now and thinking, actually this doesn't feel too bad. There is something, but this is something I actually find on a lot of N64 games. Whoops! I don't know what it is. I find it on N64, I find it on some Saturn games. hard race driving on the Saturn, the Japanese import, comes to mind. There's something very, very wooden about it, and this has that wooden feel. I can't quite explain it. It's just wooden. It's not right. It's not. There's something very not organic. That's silly. I was going to say inorganic about it, but wood is very organic. So what the hell am I talking about? I do not know. I think. Oh God. What position? I'm first. I'm running into everything, but I'm still first. There's no fluidity to it, or it feels that way. Just something. I don't know. Whoa, whoops, that wasn't a good move. Goodness. Isn't there is it the arcade version where the woman bringing up the cup is wearing somewhat less than that, and Nintendo maybe objected to that? Come on now. More please. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Hall of Fame, which will disappear as soon as I turn the game off. But for all that there are aspects, oh, come on, get a move on. Aspects of this game that I'm not overly thrilled about, or enamoured by, or something. I like the game. I do find it fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and I like a game that doesn't take itself too seriously. Gran Turismo, it is not. Whoops! Oh God. Oof. Yeah. I have to admit, I have with Gran Turismo Sport, I have gone off of Gran Turismo. That game to me is so soulless, it's joyless, it's not fun. I would rather play this, and I never would have thought I would rather play a Nintendo game than Gran Turismo. I'd just rather play an old Gran Turismo game. But that's, we're getting off subject. That, I'm just listening to the music and expecting that, something about it sounds like Yellow. I'm waiting for that, oh yeah, voice thing. You know the one? What's the song called? The Race? That would be very appropriate, actually. Whoa! Whoops! Obviously, this is how I would drive a Testarossa every day. Oops! Oh God Almighty! There are bits. Ignoring the hill. Bits of that street make me think of certain parts of Northampton in the 1970s. I'm old, I remember Northampton in the 1970s. And it just feels like that. I don't know. I miss Northampton in the 1970s, but I was never actually really thrilled to be there, because generally when we were there, it was because my mother's church was there. She's like into this religion business, and not my cup of tea at all, but you know, her church was there, and that's where we went on a Sunday, and she'd go to church and we'd either go with her and sit there bored out of her brains, or go to a friend of hers and my dad's, really. He was a TV repairman, and I remember he was he would make things with spare parts and stuff, and he had this thing in his garage that was, in very big inverted commas, a computer, or maybe a Star Trek control panel thing. It was like kind of fridge sized and just had all these flashing lights and things all over it, and you know, you could play spaceships and computers and stuff, and there were knobs and things you could turn and dials you could do whatever with, and it was kind of cool. I don't think it actually did anything. Wow, that was cool. I don't think it actually did anything, but you know, we'd stand there and twiddle the knobs and play Star Trek, and that's my main memory of that place. That and the woman who lived there, Auntie Kay, we called her. She was my mum's friend. Wore this perfume that I can still remember to this day, and I've got no idea what it was, but it was like, I don't know, it was nice. It was one of those, it was a perfume that you smelled in the 70s and you don't smell anymore. I have no idea what it was. The things you remember whilst playing video games. There are quite a lot of things that were around in the 70s that you don't see anymore. Stray dogs walking around attacking children. That was a thing in the 70s. People used to let their dogs out like they let their cats out now. You know, it didn't matter. You didn't have to keep your dog in or keep it restrained or anything. You just let it out. If it wanted to go out, open the door, off it goes, and it'd come back when it felt like it. And it would be out attacking people. I got bitten by several dogs when I was a kid. Go down the local playing field or whatever. The wreck, as we called it. There was always this one dog. It was always, you know, I had a go-kart, and there was a pedal cart thing, and I'd want to pedal along the path, along the side of the wreck, and this dog was always there, and it would scare me, growl at me and stuff. 70s Britain. Here we go. Just what can you imagine? You watch TV, motorsport, any particular kind. Formula One is the kind I'm most familiar with, and you get to the end and they're handing out the cups, and someone is handing out the cup in that manner. I think that would raise a few eyebrows. Redwood Forest. I don't know how long we can keep going. I mean, can you fail on this game? I haven't been paying attention to... Wow. Forests grow fast around here. It's pretty though. God, it's a shame they don't grow that fast. I mean, solve global warming in a hurry, wouldn't it? Get the CO2 levels down. We'll just plant a forest here. We'll be done in about 30 seconds. Problem solved. Giant redwood, road going right through it. No problem, mate. We'll just plant these magic beans. I'm trying to think of a joke involving magic money trees now, but I'm failing. I like this. This is great. Oops. Oh, yeah. It's actually, whoops. It's reminding me a little bit of a level on Outrun 2, Coast to Coast, whatever it is. Jesus. What? Okay. I'm surprised it let me off the edge of the track. Normally racing games from this era don't. I doubt I could have... Oh god. Yeah. It does sort of bounce you back in the right direction. Wow. Okay then. So we go from like deep redwood forest with humongous trees into desert. Oh god. Just like that. There's like Scooby-Doo's Mystery Machine just on its back now. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, forest straight into desert, no messing about. I mean, that's deforestation on steroids. What have they done? They didn't chop it down, they burned it down with flamethrowers. Ooh, oops, flatten that tree. Hurry up, tell me to hurry up. Oh God. Oh, it's kind of a shame your car stops so suddenly. It would be nice to plough into all of those people, just for entertainment value. Yeah, thank you. Ass. Come on now. Let's, yes. I don't know where we are, like how far into the map we are. No idea. Again? Okay, I'm confused. I'm paying so little attention that I could have been playing the same same thing over and over and I probably wouldn't notice. I don't know why we're doing this one again. Almost certainly, maybe, probably pressed the wrong option. Whatever. Or do you have to come higher than third? Do you have to win to continue? I don't know. I enjoy the scenery anyway. Oops. This reminds me a little bit of going down Clumber Park. It's like, I guess it's part of Sherwood Forest. I'm in that neck of the woods. North Nottinghamshire. No, I haven't seen Robin Hood. And you know what? While I've lived here, like on the edge of Sherwood Forest for the last 14 years, I have not been to see the Major Oak. Even my sister, who lives in Northampton, has seen the Major Oak, which is like, is it where Robin Hood died, or is buried under it, or something or other, if he even existed, who knows. Yeah, but you know, legend has it and all that blah blah. Major Oak, big deal in Robin Hood kind of mythology. I haven't seen it. I kind of don't care. It's a big old tree that's being propped up with planks. Not doing so well here. Whoops. Oh God, that didn't help. Yep, they're all absolutely mental around here. Oh! Oh, okay. Don't run into the cars, but you can run straight through the trees. Whoops. That was a bit weird. You know, it just occurred to me, I have absolutely no idea if there are brakes on this thing. Whoops. And is there a turbo? I don't know. I should probably press other buttons and see what happens. Oh, no. Oh. Well, whatever. Yeah. Fifth, press start. If it's at... No, we're not going to continue. I've been playing for quite a while there now. That is Cruisin USA. I had to think about it for a moment then. On the N64. I do like it. The handling is kind of a bit wooden, a little bit wrong, but it's arcadey and you can forgive it that. It's not meant to be a simulator. It absolutely is fun. It's a lot of fun. If you're not looking for serious, proper racing under simulation conditions and you just want to twat about really, rapidly in a cool car, and don't mind Nintendo Smearovision. I was going to say Sneerovision then. Yeah, it's well worth a go. Okay, thank you for watching. Hello. Today's question for Q&A is from Chelsal. Link to her channel down there. Really enjoyed the video, Steve. Not sure which one. Question for Q&A. Which of your many videos you have uploaded have given you the most pleasure or satisfaction? Do you know, that is a really, really difficult question. Reason being, I've uploaded about 1,900-ish videos now. About 30 of them aren't visible to you. I've set them to private. That's some of my music videos because I was getting copyright trolled. But yeah, it's about 1900 videos, and I don't remember what I said in most of them. I can look at the titles and know what the game is, and if it's a talkie I can have a rough idea of what the subject is, but I can't remember what I said in the vast majority of them. But there are two that stand out in my mind that I am pleased with. One was fairly recent. It was this year. It was a talkie. It was This Is Me, Warts and All. I'll link to the videos I'm going to mention down there. It was the first and probably only video where I have been very upfront and open about who I am, what kind of person I am, a little bit of what life is like if you're me. It referred to my having Asperger's and how that affects the way I am, maybe the way I think, certainly the way I am with people. And it's kind of funny because a lot of people said, wow, that must have been really difficult for you to do. And actually it's the absolute opposite. It was really easy. What was difficult was all the time I didn't talk about it and kept it kind of to myself. So yeah, and it got a good response, which was pleasing as well. That was very satisfying to make. Again, I think about it now and I can't remember much of what I actually said, but I know that I made it and I know what the subject was. The other one that comes to mind, there are some people who will know what I'm talking about when I say super fart attack. Way back. Right, okay. Recently I put together a load of playlists on this channel because when you've got as many videos as I have, for people or even myself to go back and look at my old videos, that's an awful lot of scrolling you've got to do. It's not easy to see my early videos if you don't know which ones they are, if you can't just go through system playlist. Getting to my really early stuff isn't that easy. So I put together a set of playlists, grouping my videos together by year, which makes it quite easy to get to this particular one. But the point I was going to make, if you go back and see my really early stuff, certainly the first year, 2 years, it took a while for me to develop my style. The way, I was always playing badly, so you could see what it looks like. But what I didn't have was the verbal, I don't know, the confidence, really. When I'm on form, and it's fair to say I'm not always on form, there is a certain wit that comes through in my gameplay videos, a certain silliness, a certain, if I'm enjoying myself and having a laugh, it comes through in the video. But in my very early stuff, I wasn't doing that. It took a while. I was unsure. Where was the focus? Was it on the game? Because there were a lot of YouTube channels where gameplay was literally just gameplay. You saw a person playing the game. They didn't speak. And then you had channels where the person, the YouTuber, was the focus. And I mean, Angry Video Game Nerd. He was what everyone was wanting to do. And I realised, well, I don't want to do that because it's been done already. I'm not going to be one of these angry reviewers. I'm not gonna do that. So I was unsure. Could I and should I be not up front, not more important than the game, but should I even be speaking? I wasn't sure. I kind of wanted to, because it seemed to me that the ones where all you could see was the game and here was the game, well then that could be absolutely anybody. So it seemed sort of pointless. I realised I have to speak, but I didn't know to what extent I should speak. So my early videos, I don't say a lot, and when I do say something, I don't say it with much confidence or conviction, and I wasn't putting any kind of personality into it. It's kind of almost mumbling, not quite, but I wasn't giving it any oomph. And then one day, in 6th of March 2009, I played Space Assault on the Tandy Coco, and I found it very funny. It amused me greatly, and while I was playing it, I got silly. The game it's just a bizarre version of Space Invaders on the Tandy Coco. I don't think it was meant to be bizarre, it was just perhaps very badly done. And I found it very funny, and my sense of humour just shone through, quite irreverent in places, and it was the most fun I'd had making a video up till that point. It was kind of a breakthrough moment for me. The video got a good response, and I realised this is what I want to be doing. This is how I want to be doing it. Put my personality into it, have a laugh. Doesn't matter if I'm doing it really badly, laugh at that as well. It's not a comedy show. It's not video gaming comedy, but there's a lot of room for humour. I have a sense of humour, and why not make use of it? And that, for all the years I've been doing this, that video stands out in my memory as the one where I realised how I want to do this. And I've been doing it like that ever since, albeit the format has changed slightly with these double-header videos. You get the gameplay and then you get the chat, because Friday talkies and talkie videos became very popular, but I couldn't keep that up, doing them as a standalone thing on a Friday. But just answering questions like this, easy. But put them together and it gives you something to watch whichever kind of video you want, because you've got both of them here. Yeah, I think that answers that. I mean, there are tons more videos that, if I could remember what they were, I would think that was really good. There are probably an awful lot more where I think that was pretty mediocre, actually, but you can't be on form for every single video. There are probably one or two where I think I probably shouldn't have made that, or I should probably actually take that down, where maybe I've said things that I don't strictly stand by now, but I can't remember what they are, and even if it's something I wouldn't stand by now, I believed it at the time, and my channel being so old and now more accessible, bit of a time machine, isn't it? Go back, see what I thought then, see that sometimes I was wrong. And it's been known for me to be wrong. Quite often. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty much all I've got to say about that, I think. I'll link to those videos down there. Thank you for thank you for your question, and if anyone else has got a question they would like to ask in a video like this, leave your question down there in the comments section. Begin your question with for Q&A, so that I know not just to answer it in the comments. And thank you for watching.
Hello, that Benway chap's got and left me to do his outro for him, lazy sod. Anyway, he puts out videos of like gameplay nonsense and stuff on a fairly regular basis, so if you don't want to miss any, hit the subscribe button, and if you've already done that, well, thank you. Oh yes, while I think of it, if you're waiting for a new video from him, why not check out his playlists? He's got around 1,500 videos already recorded and separated into categories according to system, whatever that means. Yes. Are we done yet? Jolly good. Man's a blithering idiot if you ask me, but there you go. Right. Where's the whiskey?